Hi everyone and welcome to Mama Social, the podcast. I'm Lauren.
And I'm Kayleigh, and we're here to talk motherhood, womanhood, and all things adulthood.
So grab yourself a bev and enjoy.
What are you on about?
I feel a bit like I'm going to be sick. I was like, I reckon I'm going to be sick in the next 10 minutes. Katie was like, no, you're not. And I was like...
And he stood up and he just started like pounding straight towards us. And I went, what you doing? What you doing? Pick them up. Now, I'm not picking up your poo. These ask us anythings are going to be so like contradicting. It's like, well, we don't know really. Just do what you want to do.
I don't really know. Say something. I dare you.
I'm really proud of the partnership that Mama Socials confirmed last week.
You don't have to wait until you're almost at breaking point to go to therapy. Mm-hmm. Do you want me to read this book or not? Because you're ruining it. I'm really enjoying reading you this book. Let me finish.
Are we getting cracking? Are we cracked? She's cracked.
Yeah, but Sarah, find the bra.
Go on, Vinted.
Yeah, I don't want someone's second-hand bra.
Somebody had, she will remain nameless, but was selling nursing bras on Vinted last year, and some absolute perv was like,
I can imagine.
I buy these? And she was like, yeah. And they said they bought them and then was like, do you have any underwear? And she was like, well, yeah.
How much you offering?
She sent them.
How much you offering?
Uh-huh. I don't know how much she sent and how much she sold for, but she was like, yeah, some pervy.
People do that for a living.
I know. I always think, remember last year when the woman who sold her farts in a jar was making like £350,000 a year selling farts in a jar?
Well, you've done that. Just putting her hands up like, yeah, that was me. That was me. My brother used to do that.
Sell farts in a jar?
My brother used to fart into jars and leave them around his bedroom. And then I'd go up and he'd be like, open that. So I'd open it because obviously I was little. And then I'd
but
be like,
you could smell it?
Mm-hmm.
So it stayed in there?
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus
must have
wept.
really like spread the cheeks and cupped it up.
He was before his time. Maybe it's your brother who's still doing this, or tell him to do it.
Definitely not.
There we are. So how's your week been, doll?
Oh, my week's been lovely, wonderful. I think my social batteries ran out a little bit because
you were just
I did two things in a row. So we did obviously the spa on Saturday. Had a lovely spa day, and then I went to a christening yesterday. So if I run out of things to say at some point, that is why. But
I'll hold down the fort.
I need to tell you about Saturday.
What, when we were together?
Because when I left.
All right.
So me and Kayleigh went for a lovely spa day with a few other people, some lovely Mama Social gals. And I forgot about the time before that I went for a spa day.
Oh, God.
Many moons ago, the last time I went for a full spa day, I ended up in a coma. I ended up
Not
red
really.
and blotchy and like
Passed
couldn't
out.
move, like passed out, like dying.
You never do now by like halves, do you?
No. So I just forgot about that. I think the heat, I don't agree with the heat, right? Me and the heat just don't get on very well. So we had this lovely day, had a gorgeous massage. Then we had this sound bath, which, not going to lie, it's just not really my thing. I fell asleep. Apparently I was snoring. But yeah, lovely. We had some pastries, had a couple of drinks. And I mean, how many drinks did I have?
3 glasses of Prosecco all day.
I was going with 4, right? I must have had 4 glasses, small glasses of Prosecco that are like 3 mouthfuls throughout the day. No, so I had 2 mimosas, 2 Proseccos.
Okay.
So throughout the day, 4
She doesn't know I just kept filling up
drinks.
Prosecco.
Small drinks. So then it got to the point where the day was ending. And we were getting ready to go out because we were going all out, you know. We were going out after. I got myself all dressed and all ready.
Fit.
And by the time I was ready, I was like, I'm sweating. I'm absolutely sweating. And I was like, oh God, I think my head's starting to pound. So then we sat and we got a drink and we couldn't sit inside because it was so effing hot. So we were sat outside, and then I could feel myself fading into my chair.
She was melting.
Just becoming part of my chair. And I was just fading away.
You know what you were like?
I was fading away.
You know, in Harry Potter, where that man turns into the sofa. That was you.
Like I was just turning into what
down.
I was sitting on, and I could feel myself, like my whole being just fading away. And my head was starting to pound, and I started to feel a bit sick. And I was trying to sip the drink that I got. So that was drink number 5. I'd got myself a vodka, lime and soda. That. I hope you enjoyed. I had like 2 sips, and I thought, this isn't going to work for me right now. This is just not going to work. And I was sat there thinking, I need to go home. Like I need to go home.
How do I tell Kayleigh?
How do I announce to everyone that I need to go home? And I was like, right, it's okay. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. Sat there like rocking backwards and forwards in my chair like this. And then I thought, I'm going to have to do it. And I was like, right, I think I'm going to have to go home.
No, before that,
what?
You said, I believe I might be sick in 10 minutes.
Yeah, I was like, I'm going to be...
10-minute countdown. What are you on about?
I feel a bit like I'm going to be sick. I was like, I reckon I'm going to be sick in the next 10 minutes. Kayleigh was like, you're not. And I was like,
you can't go home after you put all this effort in to look this fit.
And then she was like, pull yourself together. Mm-hmm. You can bring it round. Mm-hmm. You can turn it around. And I was like, I'm not the kind of person that can turn it around. I am the type of person that I'll go out and I will die in a corner somewhere, and I'll regret that I went out, and I just will not have fun. Mm-hmm. So I was like, right, I'm going to book an Uber, guys. I'm so sorry. So I booked an Uber, got in the Uber. Within 5 minutes into the journey, so I would say it's probably 10 minutes from what I said that I was going to be sick in 10 minutes. I had to say to the Uber, excuse me, can you please pull over here because I feel like I'm going to be sick?
No way.
I opened the door, and as I was getting out, the vomit, it was projectile. It flew. It actually flew.
What did the Uber man do?
The Uber man got out of his Uber and gave us some napkins.
Oh, bless
and he was like,
I know.
He was like, are you okay? And I was like, that's why I've left where I was. I just don't feel very well. I just don't really feel well. So then I went to get back in the car, and I was like, I'm going to go again. So then I stood up again, was being sick again, and I thought, I can't get back in his car.
Like, I can't believe he was going to let you get back in the car. But you could tell that you weren't drunk.
I wasn't drunk or anything. Like, I wasn't drunk and like... being sick. Like, I was completely fine, just needed to be sick a lot. So then I went to get back in, and I was like, I'm gonna have to cut the journey here. I'll put my flat shoes on and I'll walk. And he was like, are you sure? Because it says it's a 6-minute drive. And I was like, on a country road bit, but I was like, I can walk through this little path, and my house is just there. It's like a 3-minute walk. So then me in the rain, in that outfit, I'd put these shoes back on with 2 massive bags, walking along this like filthy, full of puddles path, just vomiting. I washed my shoes this morning.
There's something wrong with your system.
There's something wrong with my system.
I think you're allergic to any form of alcohol. Yeah. I know we've said this before.
Yeah.
But that is mental.
Like, I think it actually physically poisons us. But I feel like the drinks mixed with the heat.
Because
I wasn't
really
drunk.
Rich
I wasn't
food.
even tipsy.
I was at one point.
Like, I wasn't even tipsy. So, yeah, I had a really bad time. So that was 6:00 when I got out of the taxi. It was 4 minutes past 6 when I got out of the taxi. I stopped being sick at 9:30. 3 hours of spewing every 15 to 20 minutes.
God.
It was horrendous. Absolutely horrendous.
Well, I'm glad you didn't come out, because that would have knocked me sideways.
No, I 100% would have spewed everywhere.
Well done.
Like, that was coming. Like, we were going down this little country lane, and I was sat going, and I could feel it like actually coming up my throat, and I thought, I'm going to...
Well, the next away day, we'll have to go to like axe throwing or something like non-heat related.
Yeah, something in the cold. Something in the cold.
Vodka tasting.
No, I just don't think I enjoy drinking anymore either.
No.
I just don't enjoy the way that it makes us feel. I feel like because I don't do it as often anymore as what I used to when I was younger as well. Like, I just don't have a good time. I've drank twice this year. Like, once for my friend's engagement party, and I had a lovely time, but it got to a point where I was like, I'm tired and I want to leave.
Yeah.
Like...
Well, that Saturday was the first time I've had a canny drink in a while. But I wasn't hungover because I was back in the house by 10.
Lovely.
Wasn't it? Lovely jubbly. Well, I'm glad you had a sort of good day.
Yeah. Best part of it, I had a message off the Uber man saying, did you get home okay?
I love this Uber
How cute
man.
is that?
What a lovely man.
I know. I said, yes, thanks.
Oh, just the fact that he was thinking about you.
I know. Because I think he must have, like, he was, when I was saying, I'm just going to put my flat shoes on and walk, he was like, he was quite worried that I was planning on walking because it doesn't look very safe, I suppose, where I was about to walk. But it's a walk that I walk every single day with the dogs. And it's literally like at the top of my housing estate. But I suppose from where we were parked, it doesn't look too friendly.
Friendly.
Yeah, so he was like, are you sure? 100%? 6 minutes?
Goodbye, Uber man.
I was there, just go on, get back in your car.
So, should we do pits and peaks?
Pits and peaks. Well, that was my pit. That can be my pit.
What was your peak?
My massage. Beautiful. I just love a massage.
Me too.
But then I feel like lying on a hard floor doing the sound bath took back every good part of the massage.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
No, I don't, because I love the sound bath.
Oh. No, but
The best.
lying on a hard floor.
Yeah, but it is actually good for your back.
It wasn't fucking good for mine.
But we're supposed to have our knees up. It's called Alexander technique.
I had them up on the side fast asleep.
You just kept moving.
I know I couldn't get comfy. I couldn't get comfy at all.
Well, she does.
My hip was killing, my arse was killing, my back was killing,
Alex,
the top of my leg was killing.
The wife who does the sound bath, she does them, I don't know where, but somewhere in Sunderland, I think, in a pool. And they're on like lilos. That would be nice.
Oh yeah, I feel like somewhere comfier would be.
But you would forget where you were, roll off and fall
off
in the pool and ruin the whole experience for everybody else.
Probably, yeah.
I'll just move this way. Have you seen that Facebook video? I don't know if it was Facebook or Instagram, where there's a group of girls and they're on the paddle boards.
No.
And one of them's like wiggling, she's going to fall off, and everyone's absolutely belly laughing. But she's like, her whole body doesn't even look like it should move like that. And then she ends up staying on, but the friend next to her who's like completely still, but like just stood up laughing, goes. And it's, you know, when you watch something over and over and it gets funnier in front of you. Yeah, that would be you. Shall I give you mine?
Come on then.
Well, I've got a couple of things. Spa was peak. So you've gone into that. Don't need to talk about that. It was just wonderful. Me peak. No.
Pit.
Was something happened that I didn't like.
What?
I will pretend. You know when I was at the awards, the startup awards that I won, I had that bright...
Round of applause. Slow round of applause quickly. That she won.
It was very good. Anyway. I had that bright coloured pink cerise Zara suit on. And like, for the first time in a very, very long time, I felt really uncomfortable.
Uncomfortable?
As in...
What you were wearing or where you were?
No, like physically uncomfortable, like I was going to be attacked.
What?
So, came out the event, was walking to the car park, and like this man, he was about from here, I don't know, to like the road there outside. That makes no sense to anybody else, but like, you know, 3 car lengths away. And he looked like a bit of a tramp. He's drunk, clearly. And he was doing something in a carry bag, and then he like looked, like, you know, when the double clock you. And I was like, and I knew he was going to like come for us. So I like stood still. I just got off the phone with Dale, and I just thought, get bigger. So I just went, just opened my legs, you know, like a bear. Stood really strong with my arms really wide.
My legs to welcome this man.
No, I was like, he stood up and he just started like pounding straight towards us. And I went, what you doing? What you doing? And he was like, fucking hate women. Sorry, we don't swear anymore, but this was this man. And I was like, right. And then we started doing like this tango walk around each other. Because I thought,
like, as if you were about a wrestle,
like we were about a fight. And I was like, what do you mean you hate women? He went, our lass has had an affair. I was like, I don't care. I didn't. Who are you talking to? And I was like, get away from us. And I was thinking, there's nobody here. Like, if he was to run at me now, I'm scrapping with a tramp on the street. And I was like, what? What do I do? So then I just started. He was where I was originally after the tango walk around. And then I just started walking like backwards toward, it was the Quayside car park. It was the Quayside multi-storey car park. So there's
I feel like we should ask for the CCTV.
I feel like we're laughing, right? But it was really quite
scary. I don't know why everyone's laughing so much. I feel like this is quite scary.
It was so scary. So then I started walking backwards, going, get away from us. And he just stood still and he was just staring at us, still saying about his wife and he hated women. And I was like, just go away, go away. So anyway, I got all the way to the Quayside, like the opening of the car park. And then I turned and ran as fast as I could. But you know when you're a kid, and when somebody's chasing you and it's that exciting, scared, like, he didn't run after us, but I ran 3 flights instead of just, I ran up the car park instead of the little tiny car park stairwell. So I thought, I need more room in case he comes to us.
Don't go in the stairwell.
Not in the stairwell. Jumped in the car, locked the car doors, and went, what on earth has just happened? Like, 36-year-old doing a tango dance with a man tramp. And then I rang Dale in the car. I was like, I think I've just nearly been attacked. And he was like, have you been? I was like, no. And he went, don't worry about it. Come home. And I was like, you give me nothing. And then I was driving home and I was like, that was awful.
Yeah.
So now I'm like, I don't want to wear that suit anymore. I need
some pepper spray.
No, but in my head I was like, because I
don't think it was the suit's fault.
But I don't know though.
What, just because you were wearing the suit?
I was really loud and bright and didn't blend in. So I don't know if he was just like, I hate you and I hate women and I hate our lass. And it was awful.
You just never know. You might have done the same in this get-up.
Probably not.
Why?
So I look like a tramp. One of the own. He's not going to come for me like this. Anyway, that was awful. And we could laugh about it. But I was thinking, imagine if that was on a night.
That would be a situation that would happen where I would walk away and be like, what if he'd done this? Or what if that had happened? Or what if that had happened?
Mm-hmm. Well, when I got home, I tried to mention it again. Dale was like, it didn't happen, let it go. I think he's just really, he deals with stuff really well if it's happened and we can, but he's like, there's no point of
dwelling on it.
What's the word where you're like,
fixate
on it? He was like, it didn't happen.
Yeah.
Like, you got big.
You got big.
Got big like a bear.
I'm going to have to remember that one. Get big.
What are you doing? I was so angry in this bright pink silky suit. And then I wouldn't let him get any closer. I was just like, yeah, we'll have to find it. It was quite, but it'd be funny to watch. Anyway, I don't know how to not put myself in that situation because it was 3:00 in the afternoon in the middle of a city.
I don't think it's a you problem.
It's not, is it?
It's definitely not a you problem.
Thanks.
That was a him problem.
But it was awful.
Yeah, I can imagine.
But let's do as Dale says and didn't happen. So don't worry about it.
Let's not fixate.
No fixation. Yeah. But isn't it crap being a woman sometimes?
Can be.
Because that was scary.
Yeah.
I think I could have took him
I honestly think that you could have as well.
I would be rolling around with somebody.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's put a pin in that one. So there's me pits and peaks. 2 very different experiences of the week. Mm-hmm. But I've got a question to ask you.
Come on then.
dilemma, one might say.
Oh. You know what? I've got one now I want to put to you as well.
Okay.
Just something that I witnessed this morning.
Oh. Right. So, me and Eva always flush chains. She's 3, right? She's got really good hygiene. She'll always wash her hands because she sees me doing it all the time. I feel like Freddie is turning into Dale. They'll just not flush the chain sometimes. They'll not put the lids back
You
down.
know what? Oaks picks and chooses when he wants to flush the chain.
I'm like, this
Like,
is not a
sometimes he's
negotiation.
like,
flush the chain.
I'm like, will you flush the chain? He went, no, you do it. And I'm like, no, you flush the chain. You've got to send your poo to poo land. You do it. And he'll just be like, no.
Yeah. So my dilemma is, Dale and Freddie were playing footy last night in the garden, and he was so excited to get back out of the garden to play football. So I got out the bath, went into the bathroom, and I was like, into my bedroom. I was like, I smell poo. And I was like, what? I opened the ensuite door, and there was just poo everywhere.
What do you mean by everywhere?
There was 2 winnets on the floor next to the poo, next to the toilet. There was like where it slid down, like a snail trail of poo on the toilet. Then, no, like on the side of the toilet. Then inside, all the poo was still there with the toilet roll. And I was like, are we in a different universe here? So this is my dilemma. Would you have cleaned that up? Or what I did was demanded that my 6-year-old goes in there. I give him some cleaning products and I said, you clean that up. I am not okay with you thinking that you're okay to just leave crap all over my house. And Dale's like, I don't know if he can clean like Kayleigh. I was like, I'll supervise and I'll show him how to clean.
Yeah.
And he
feel
was like,
I would do that. I would help him clean to make sure that he was cleaning it properly. So, but I would definitely get him involved in the
footy
cleaning.
shoes off, and he was like, well, I just wanted to get, you know what it was? Because Dale was like, we've got 5 minutes left outside.
Yeah.
And then he should have let him pause it to have his turd okay and then come back outside. But he was fighting the clock.
Yeah.
And I was like, your bum will be dirty. Like, I know you haven't wiped your bum properly now. Like, anyway, so he's got some toilet roll. He's trying to pick up his winnets off the floor. And he's going, and Dale was like, oh my God. And I was like, pick them up now. I'm not picking up your poo. He cleaned it all up. We freshened it all up. He went back outside for his 5 minutes. But should I have cleaned it up?
No.
Did I do the right thing?
Yes, 100%.
Good. Thought so. Because I think my mum would have cleaned it up for me. I definitely would not have done that as a child. But like, as a child, I think my mum would have just cleaned it up and it would have just been, we would never have been made to do that. But I thought that was a very good teaching moment.
Yeah, but I feel like they need to tidy up their own messes. And especially when it's mess like that.
Disgusting.
Yeah.
I actually thought it was Dale at first.
I mean, if it had been Dale, I would have been rubbing his face.
Good in. So what's your dilemma?
Right, so mine is just something that I witnessed on my way here, right? And at first I was like really in two minds about how I felt about it. But anyway, so driving along and there was an elderly man in a mobility scooter walking his dog. Big dog. It was a German Shepherd. Big German Shepherd.
What's a German Shepherd? The
like
police dogs.
Yeah. So walking along, he's
scare the crap
riding along. And then he stops to let his dog do a huge poo at the side of the road and then just drove off without picking it up.
No, he needs to pick it up.
And then at first, I felt like putting my window down and being like, you need to pick it up as I was driving past. And then I thought, no, because he obviously struggles to walk or whatever.
But then he shouldn't have a dog.
I thought about it the whole way here and I thought, he should have a pooper scooper. Like, surely you should have something. You can't just be riding away from your poo.
Yeah. If you have a dog, you have a duty of care
Yes.
to look after that dog correctly. If you can't bend over or get up or move or whatever because you've got a disability, there needs to be some measures put in place to pick up the turd.
Yeah.
So the pooper scooper would have been perfect.
Because then I was thinking, like, does he get away with it?
No.
Or does he not get away with it?
No.
I mean, he's got away with it today. If anyone sees a big turd, I'm not going to say where it was. Yeah.
I hate poo, as in dog
this
poo.
This has been very centred around
a la poo.
Poopity poo poo.
No. So he was a naughty man.
Yeah.
How do you feel about mobility scooters on the road?
Scary.
I just don't think they should be on the road.
Well, they don't have helmets or stuff or anything on. Honestly, I can't bear anyone on the road that doesn't have a helmet on. Like,
People
if
on a bike
without a helmet.
Get a helmet on.
Well, I just think if something, touch wood, awful was to happen, you're potentially, going to pop your clogs if your head hits the floor. And if there's another car or something involved, you're going to ruin that person's life, all because you didn't have a helmet on.
Or because you think you look like an idiot.
Nah.
Wear your helmet.
Helmet all the way.
And mobility scooters should just be on the path.
Yeah.
They're not fast enough. But I think it's like the old boys trying to feel like they're back in their motorbike. Is that surfing? I don't know. What song's that?
Surfing in the USA, isn't it?
More than likely.
I don't know.
What's a motorbike one?
They see me rolling. I don't
Not
know.
our granddads.
I
They
don't
see me
know.
rolling. What's that second word? You see me rolling.
They hate it. Is it a controlling or something? Controlling? I don't know.
Anyway.
Right, I'm turning.
Right. End of that section.
So this week's topic was
thank you.
Ask Us Anything.
That's it. We're back in the room.
And we have some questions.
Let's go then.
Have you got any questions?
Yeah.
So we've both got questions.
Are they the same questions? Just alternate.
Same questions. Okay, so first question. Any advice on the age gap of going from 1 to 2? I currently have a 1-year-old. Do it ASAP. Now.
Nah.
Do you not?
Mm-mm. I like the idea of having all your sleepless nights together and all that stuff, but I really just only on my like I can't think of words today. It's because I'm on my period. Because of my circumstances, I like the 3-year age gap.
Yeah.
I like that. Like Freddie's had all of the attention that he's needed from me.
Yeah.
That now he was in a different season, so I could give all of the attention to the new baby. Whereas having 2 babies, really,
I think there's definitely no right or wrong.
Absolutely
and
not.
Everyone would find every experience or age gap different. But I know that my age gap, so there was 2.5 years, wasn't there? So Oaks was he was like 2 and 9 months when Ovi was born. And there's a lot of times over the last 6 months where I've thought it would have been a lot easier if I had 2 under 2. Just for the logistics
of play sessions,
places to go. Because at the minute I feel like obviously they've got such different needs. So I don't know. And then there's been obviously a lot of times where I've thought if I could just shove them both in a double pram, which I do now have, which I wish that I'd got 6 months ago. But obviously Oaks doesn't want to be in a pram all the time. He likes to walk about, where I do feel like it could be potentially a lot easier for me if I had 2 under 2, could pop them both in a pram, take them for a lovely long walk where one doesn't want to get out and run about and then not get back in, or wants to get in and out and in and out and in and out.
I think 6 months in a kid's life is massive for development.
Yeah.
So whatever we say, these Ask Us Anythings are going to be so contradicting. It's well, we don't know really. Just do what you want to do.
I don't really know. I don't have.
Just give you my.
I don't have the
personal
answer, but I don't know. I've got a friend who had a baby at the same time as me, and she's got 2 under 2, and obviously I've got 2. I had 2 under 3, and I just feel like not that hers was easier, but she was constantly out, just walking them about with the prams, and I just thought that was lovely. Where I just couldn't do that. Because Oaks likes to be running about. So if I go somewhere, I have to wear Ovi, and then Oaks is pottering about, which puts us off going some places.
I think if you're thinking about it, do it.
Yeah, just do it whenever.
Because
you're going to figure it out anyway, regardless.
Dirty.
Dirty.
Lauren's just pulled her little shoulder out. I didn't think about having a baby until I was pregnant. But if I was thinking about it before that, I would have got pregnant. So if you're thinking about it, do it now.
Yeah.
Right, my turn. Currently have... Oh, no. What was your biggest regret as a first-time mum?
I don't think I've got any.
Actually, you don't like living in regret?
No, but I do feel like... So with Oaks, I didn't want to co-sleep. Obviously, I was breastfeeding, there's horror stories about co-sleeping, and like if you say to someone that you co-sleeping, you sometimes get a bit of a look. Do you know what I mean? You'll get a bit of a look. There's a little bit of judgment, right? So for weeks, probably the first 2, 3, maybe even 4 weeks, I really tried not to co-sleep, and Oaks wouldn't settle on a night unless he was on me or next to me. So I tortured myself for that 4 weeks of putting him down. He was crying, getting him back, putting him down, getting him back. I had shit sleep. And then one night I just thought, I'm going to co-sleep. If this is how I'm going to get some sleep, this is how I'm doing it. And then I did it, and I thought, why on earth have I just done that to myself for those weeks and made myself feel ill? Like I woke up every day feeling hungover because I'd had that much of a crap sleep when I could have just been co-sleeping with my baby the whole time. So as soon as I caved to the co-sleeping, everything was lovely. Good. So then this time with Ovi, we just co-slept from the start because I need my sleep. Yeah. So I wish that I hadn't assumed that I would get judgment. I think I still didn't tell my mum that I was co-sleeping for ages because I knew that my mum would say something and she'd probably worry about it, and then she'd constantly bring it up, and I never told a health visitor either. Is he sleeping in his cot? Yes, he is. Well, this time I was like, oh no, he sleeps with me. Say something. I dare you.
Get big.
I would get big, spread my legs, say something to us, go on. Honestly, this time, the amount that I remember the first time. So obviously, there's a lot of controversy around babies sleeping in, what are they called, nests, pods, whatever. And obviously, some of them are unsafe. And do your own research, blah blah blah.
Yeah, but the ones that were unsafe and actually killing children are now not on the market.
Yeah. So I used one with Oaks. It's called a Perflow. Right. Mattress, and on the website and everything it says it's safe for sleep. The Lullaby Trust will say that it's not, but it's because they still class it as a pod, where they I think the brand classes it as a mattress and not a nest. Argue with them about it, not me, right? I've used it with Oaks, used it with Ovi, absolutely love it. Both of my babies were small, so I feel like they settle better in a little confined space. When they were both in neonatal, the nurses made nests for them out of blankets, rolled up blankets around them. So what's safe and what's not? But I remember with Oaks, I never really wanted to post anything on my Instagram of being in it, because I would get loads of messages. Where this time I'm like, F the lot of yous, say something to us. I dare you.
You know what my regret is? With Fred was I didn't put any boundaries in place. So it was just a free-for-all of come when you want.
Oh, visitors.
And what was nice, the difference with Eva was obviously we were in still a bit of a lockdowny type place. But I was really comfortable with being mum. And I knew what I wanted and I knew what I didn't want. And that came with it's like a fine wine. I grew with age. But with that first time with Fred, it was just you want to pick him up, but he's asleep.
Yeah.
Whereas with Eva, I was like, do not touch my child.
Yeah. I feel like I must be quite a boundary person anyway, because I feel like I've never had a problem with anyone trying to cross the boundaries.
Did I tell you that time?
I mean, you just turned up one day when I had Ovi. You just turned up.
But did I come in?
Yeah.
Not the first time.
You did?
When I give you food.
Yeah, but obviously you were like, oh no, I'm not going to come in. I was like, don't be stupid, come in.
Oh, I thought you were saying don't come in.
No.
I was like, I give you food, and I was like, I'm going. You were like, come in.
She turned up at the door with a bag of meal preps, and I was like, you legend. And you were like, I'm going, I'm not going to stay. I was like, just come in for 5 minutes.
Oh, yeah. I thought you were going to shout at us and say, you should not have done that. Yeah. Did I ever tell you, Freddie was born the 20th of December. So 27th of December, me and Dale thought it would have been a good idea before he was born to invite everybody over, like all of our friends, for like a Christmas / meet the baby / party.
Yeah.
There was about 20 people in my house. And I was 7 days postpartum.
Oh no.
And Dale was like, well, we can't cancel it. Like, everybody's booked it in. And I'm sat in... Nobody was bothering him. It was me. I was like, what on earth have we done? And everyone's being loud. Freddie was fast asleep, but I was like, get out of my house. Went into my bedroom, picked up Fred, just sat in the bed crying, holding on to him. Dee came in. She was like, what's wrong? I was like, I need everyone to leave. And she went, I'll get them all out of the house. They just ordered this big takeaway that had just come. And Dania, I could hear her going, we all need to leave. And Dale was like, why? And then he was going, go and see your wife. And I'm like rocking, crying like a mental patient. And he was like, right, okay. So he's like, get some paper plates, take the pizzas, do what you want, but get out of the house.
Leave.
But yeah, I think the boundary thing. Next question.
No.
But you need to read it.
So, love the show. Thank you. Do either of you want more kids?
No. The ovaries do.
Do they?
The brain does not.
You know what? I don't know. Like, I feel like I'm like 99% done, but there's the tiny little bit of us that's like,
that's what
wouldn't it be lovely to have 3 when they're older? Glenn said something to us the other day though, and he was like, imagine doing bedtime with 3. And I was like, oh no.
Yeah.
No. I can't imagine that.
Yeah, but like, let's just say in 3 years' time, Oaks won't need you to be like reading books and all that. He'd be reading his own books.
I mean, I'm not going to lie. There is, we've said like, no, this is it. But he's refusing to get the snip.
That's the same as Dale.
There you go. And there's a few nice baby clothes that I've just kept.
She's pregnant
just in case.
You know what my thing is though? Because I'm close to 40 now, aren't I? That like, I mean, in a few years' time, it possibly might not even be a discussion. So I think my body is like, come on, prove that you are still like this fertile woman, youthful, and I don't think me and Dale would last another baby.
Would you not?
Because of how I would just be. We are the best we've ever been because the work has been done.
Yeah.
Why on earth would I mess around with that? We've got 2 beautiful, healthy kids. Me and Dale are healthy. Like, I'm not in therapy anymore, but Dale's
want
still
to
in therapy.
3 kids?
Oh, nobody.
Like, it's hard. I've got to split them up now.
Thank God I don't have to.
Yeah, but I feel like because they've got such different needs at the minute, it's hard for one person to look after both. But it's hard for me. Mum would struggle.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. So then if I had 3, what on earth would I do? I'd never go anywhere ever again. And then
I just don't think it's needed.
Yeah.
For me and for our family, it's definitely not. But Dill still is refusing to get the snip.
Yeah.
So there we are.
Just get the snip.
I'm finding maternity leave much less enjoyable the second time around. Were you the same? Absolutely. I feel like a lot of like mental health issues happen second time around.
Yeah.
I need to write that down because I'd like to find a statistic for that. Because lots of mums, especially on our walks as second time mums, are like, I think it's the pressure of having another baby that's added to the pressure of having.
I agree. And I think obviously it depends on the age of your first child, I think as well, because having a second child when you've got another child, it's just not the same as the first time.
You're not sitting down and just watching Netflix and chill. You're literally
like when I had
changing other people's
it was just when we came out of lockdown. So we were in the house like all the time, just watching Netflix, chilling, like lovely. I was napping all the time. And then this, I can't do. And I mean, I've barely had a maternity leave either. So I was only off work for 2 months.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Not just this job. Well, I've actually technically never had a maternity leave.
Yeah. It's the nature of your job, though,
yeah,
isn't it?
because of obviously the work that I do on social media, I've never, ever, ever had a day off. Ever.
You've got a big house to pay for.
I have. It's not that big. But yeah, I've got bills to pay.
Right, like next one.
What would you tell your 15-year-old self? Don't get Lauren tattooed on the bottom of your back. Don't do it. Don't do it. What would you tell your 15-year-old self?
To care less about what people think.
Have you ever cared what people think? I can't imagine you being the type of person that actually like really cares what people think.
It's a weird one because 15-year-old Kayleigh was going to be this musical theatre superstar.
Yeah.
And like everything is how you look, how you sound, how you dress, how you present yourself. Mm-hmm. How many arses do you lick? Like to get, you know, the performing arts and musical theatre industry 10 years ago was a very different place, a very toxic, a very abusive place. Like the way that we were trained, like we always laughed, there was like a water gun, like if your feet weren't pointed or shoes thrown or...
Do you know what? I've seen loads of stuff lately about what's that really like famous ballet school in London?
The Royal Ballet?
Oh, is that what it's called?
Oh...
No, I think it might be that one. I've seen loads of like people coming out with stuff about that and about how like horrendous it was.
Oh, horrendous.
Yeah.
Horrendous. Like tape measures every week, like just, but it's the culture that,
yeah,
it was the time and it was the culture. And like, I remember losing a job because I wasn't a size 8, I was a size 10 and they didn't want to get new costumes. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, I'll pay for them. Don't let me lose this professional job.
Yeah.
Just really like, yeah, just
toxic.
Just awful. So I think my 15-year-old self. So yeah, just keep doing what you're doing and care less about what people.
Yeah.
But at the time, you had to care because they were the ones that were giving out jobs and
yeah. I think I would tell myself to do whatever the hell you want. Like, just do whatever you want. Like, just do what you want to do. Mm-hmm. And nothing else. Like, so I remember, like, being young and obviously I went to a Catholic all-girls school where it was... Like, I didn't even know that there was any other options other than A-levels because... I feel like the top 2 sets in that school, that's all you were told. Mm-hmm. Where the other, like the bottom sets, they were told all about like whatever else you can do, like BTECs and stuff like that. I'm not an academic person. Like I do not learn sat in a room being talked at, that type of thing. Like A-levels and stuff weren't for me, but it's the only option that I felt like I could take. Mm-hmm. So I went and did it. I got kicked out of college twice, 2 separate colleges. Well, not kicked out. I wasn't allowed to return for the second year for both of them. So like basically kicked out. It sounds better when you say you weren't allowed to return instead of kicked out. Because of me attendance and stuff, because I didn't want to do that. It's not what I wanted to do. Like I didn't want to go to university. That's not what I wanted, but it's kind of what I was being pushed into doing, like given no choice. Mm-hmm. And I remember I had a part-time job at JD Sports, and I just wanted to leave and work at JD. That's all I wanted to do. And I remember like I think I told my mum and she was like, absolutely not. And like telling other people and they were like, no. And then one day I did it and I thought, why did I not do this sooner? Mm-hmm. Like I just enjoyed working. I've just always enjoyed working.
Like you'll always figure it out.
Yeah, you always figure it out.
I feel like if you're passionate about something or you really just want to do it, follow your gut and you'll figure it out.
And then like obviously when I was a bit younger, I always wanted to make a blog. I always wanted to be a blogger, do something like that. And like, I don't know, not that I never dared. I didn't really know how, or I don't know. Like, obviously, I then worked at JD full time and it was a very, very full on job. So it was always like, oh, I can't really do that at the same time. But then obviously one day I left JD and I started doing Instagrammy stuff and got to where I wanted to be. So I just feel like if you just do what you want to do, when you want to do it.
But there's always a time period, isn't it? Isn't like you were always meant to do it at the time that you've actually done it. So there's always lessons to be had and felt and learned in that moment. But worry less, I think, is my thing. Just it'll all happen at the right time.
Yes.
At the right
Trust
time.
the universe's timing.
You know, another peak of the week that I'd like to just quickly share. Itchy nose. I'm really proud of the partnership that Mama Socials confirmed last week, which is the BetterHelp.
Yes.
So we've now got a brand partnership with BetterHelp, which is the online therapy. So,
which is brilliant.
It's insane. The maternal mental health waiting lists are like 18 months standard. We're losing too many parents to suicide or having their kids taken off them because they've had, you know, psychosis or like there's not enough help. And to be able to offer any of our members, and they don't have to be brand new parents or kids under the age of 1 or whatever. It's literally, my dad's just signed up. Like, he's like, I want a little bit of therapy. He's a parent.
I'm sorry, but everybody
should have therapy.
Needs therapy.
Absolutely. So like every single member, all you have to do, we'll put it in the show notes, is click on, become a member, subscribe, and you will get 4 free therapy sessions and then 15% discount moving forward for life. For life. Like, that is insane. It's because they know how important the work is that we're doing with trying to normalise parenthood and just have these honest, open, frank conversations. And if you're not even if you're thinking, oh my God, I'm really struggling, a little bit of maintenance.
Oh, 100%. You shouldn't even, I feel like you shouldn't let it get to the point where you obviously
Crisis.
Some people will, but like you don't have to wait until you're almost at breaking point to go to therapy. Going to therapy doesn't mean that there's something wrong with you. Like sometimes it is just nice to talk to someone else, and it can be daunting going sitting with someone face to face. So being able to do it from your phone, especially busy parents and stuff as well, it's just ideal.
So yeah, I'm really, really proud. And I've cried many times, but Thursday night when it launched, I got into bed and I was said to Dale, what's next? Like, that's for, yes, it's amazing to get discounts on things and, you know, do all of the other partnerships. It's incredible. But that's the one that the parents are like, we need that
this
one.
Yeah.
Like I'm just buzzing.
That is a good one.
Isn't it?
Another slow clap. Well done.
Yay, 2. So, fact of the week.
Oh, come on then.
Fact of the week. A baby's brain will more than double in size in their first year. By the time they're 5, it will have tripled in size compared to its size at birth. The brain will not finish fully developing, however, until the individual reaches their 20s. The brain of a newborn boys may also grow faster in the first 3 months than of newborn girls. That's controversial, isn't it? Not controversial. What's the word? Because girls mature faster.
Yeah.
I thought it would be the other way around. But I wonder why that is. Got bigger heads. Need to fill them out faster.
I don't know. Do you know what freaks me out? The eyeballs are always the same size. You're born with your eyeballs.
Shut your hole.
Yeah.
That's not true.
So like your eyeballs
Was sat in a baby's head.
were in a tiny newborn's head.
That is disgusting.
Isn't it weird? Isn't it weird?
Well, on that note, Freddie's now losing teeth. And I find it bizarre that now he's sat with these massive human adult teeth in his mouth, but he's still a tiny little boy.
Yeah.
Like, you know, when you see kids' teeth and you're like, them teeth don't fit your face.
Yeah. They've got to grow into their teeth. Yeah. They've got to grow into them.
Surely not about the eyeballs.
No, I'm positive. That's a true,
isn't it?
That is a true thing. Sarah's quickly Googling it out and see her out the corner of my eye.
Earlobes and noses
get bigger,
keep growing.
Yeah. So my mum's obviously she'll be 69 in September, and she's getting like big earlobes.
Old lady earlobes.
Big earlobes.
Some people get them chopped off.
It's not true. It's not true. It's not true about the eyeballs. Oh, well, I enjoyed it more when it was true. It's actually not true.
We were talking about that at the spa, weren't we?
The length of the eye of the newborn is 16.5 millimetres, while a full-grown adult is 24 millimetres.
Who lied to me?
Not that much growth.
Who lied to me?
We were talking about that at the spa, about
eyeballs?
That like sometimes it's nice to just not be told the truth about something when you think something's... Oh, what was the fact we were talking about? Can't remember. But it... What? Mr. Segway. Like somebody had said, you know, the man that built Segways actually died on a Segway off the back of a cliff. And we were like, surely that's not true.
Yeah.
But we didn't want to Google it because we were like, that's a really good story.
Yeah.
Mr. Segway died falling off a cliff.
Oh, well. Don't listen to my facts.
A second quick fact. Did you know, Lauren, that butterflies rest when it rains to protect their wings?
Aww.
You know why I like that? Because I feel like we can take something from that as mothers.
What do you mean? Like
when like the storm is coming.
Storm, we need to rest our wings.
Rest our wings, rest our centres, like just rest.
I feel like we should come up with a quote and I might get it tattooed on me.
In cursive.
Like this.
But spelled correctly.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on. No, let me spell it so it's incorrect.
No. Isn't it mad that a caterpillar turns into a butterfly?
There's a book,
isn't it?
There's a book that I read to Fred, something about a monkey is it Monkey Puzzle, one of the Julia Donaldson ones, and
I haven't got Monkey Puzzle.
There's a butterfly that's trying to help the baby monkey find his mum and dad, and he's like, oh no, he's got long legs, so he's like, the butterfly's like, I know where he is, come with me, and he takes him to a spider, and he's like, that's not ma'am, and he's like, he lives high up in trees, so he's like, I know where it is, takes him to like a snake or a whatever. And he just goes through and he's like getting more and more frustrated, and he's like, bless you, my mum looks like me. And he said, well, you didn't say that. And he said, well, I thought like it was a given that I would look like my mum. And the butterfly's like, yes, but my babies don't look like me.
Yeah.
Like all the little, like the caterpillars.
You know what? I love those books, you know.
The mint.
Yeah. So do you know what's really been bothering us lately?
Yeah.
So I have finally got Oaks in his own bed. Buzz.
I thought that was going to be a peak
is in his room. I don't know why that wasn't actually. So I've got them both in their own rooms. It is phenomenal. I mean, Oaks is taking a little bit longer than I would like to go to sleep. But that's fine. He wants us to read books, and obviously I've got quite a few of is it Julia Donaldson books? Now, I really, really get into reading them. Like, I love reading
dramatic
a book. Like,
voice.
The Gruffalo's Child, Superworm, I love them.
Do you do the voices?
The voices, I do the voices. I am like poetic as I'm doing them, right? Absolutely love it. And Oaks keeps saying things as I'm reading them, and I'm like, let me read.
Listen to me.
Do you want me to read this book or not? Because you're ruining it. I'm really enjoying reading you this book. Let me finish. And then he just disturbs us the whole way through. And I'm like, getting really annoyed because I'm so into reading the book. Like, I love reading the Gruffalo. The Gruffalo? What's a Gruffalo? Honestly, I love reading it.
We should do some extras of us reading the books.
Reading the books. Honestly, I love reading them.
Me too.
But like, I hate being disturbed. Like, I hate getting out of me flow when I'm reading them.
Freddie now says, can I have it in a dramatic form?
Yes,
That's what I've
you
said.
can.
And I'm like, the best part is when I overhear Dale doing it in a dramatic form.
No, it gives me the ick of it listening.
No,
to Glenn.
I
He
love
hasn't got the same thing as I've got. I tortured him once. I was like, I hate listening to you read stories because he like trips over all the words and he's just not a very good. I can imagine that he wasn't a very good reader in school, like reading out loud. I think he'll have like stuttered.
We tell him that's how.
But now I listen to him and he's really he really tries.
So if he gets into it, there's something I need to do, read some more stuff. But with my dyslexia, if I read in my voice, it stutters. Mm-hmm. But if I read in a dramatic form, I am a completely different human.
Which one was I reading last night? And honestly, I was really, really struggling to read it because it had so many random words in.
Is it Smeds and
Smoos? The Smeds and the Smoos. And I was like, what on earth is this word?
Can I sing you my song and then you sing your version of the song at the end?
Right, come on then.
Because it says you have to make up your own song.
I didn't get at the end.
Oh,
he kept disturbing us. So I didn't get at the end of it.
I remember the words. Play with the Smeds and play with the Smoos. Play whichever friends you choose. Then close your eyes and while you snooze, be with the Smeds and be with the Smoos.
Oh, that was beautiful.
But I'd love to find their version of the actual song. It'll be like, play with the Smeds, play with the Smoos. And I'm like, that's not the song.
There's not a film of Smeds and Smoos, is
there?
There
is.
Is there? Mm-hmm. Where?
On the BBC. You know where they have them all?
I never.
Mm-hmm. But I don't think they sing the song.
Do they not?
Really upsets us.
I love Superman. It's my favourite.
Have you seen the BBC one?
Yeah, of course. Watch it all the time.
Of course. So yes, when you get to the end, sing your song and then I want to hear what your version would be.
But I don't think I've got one.
No, you have to just make it up.
No. Right.
God, I feel like this episode is so long.
People have shared their shit.
Let's go.
Right.
Sitting back and relaxing. Share your shit. Share your shit.
Hey, you two lovely ladies. Hey.
Yoo-hoo.
I've listened from the start and love the new filmed format. Mm-hmm. I've just listened to your episode talking about alternative names for your bits and wanted to share my funny story.
I love that woman is sitting on a Friday night
watching us
on a big screen, tuning into YouTube.
It's not on the big screen. That's a bit too big.
No, it was on a full telly. That she took a screenshot and the lovely lady is watching it on a telly on a night with her snacks.
I hope I look okay on the big screen.
I think I'll just look wet.
Purple. I work as a teacher and also lead on relationships, health and sex ed at school. In year 1, ages 5 and 6, the children need to learn the actual names of their parts, penis and vulva. In preparation for teaching this lesson for the first time, I practiced this on my daughter, who was also in year 1 at the time. 1 week later, I've asked her the names to check if she remembered, and she said, yes, ma'am, it's my Wolverine. Like Wolverine. Wolverine. So now that's what we call it in our house and at the school staff room. My Wolverine.
Mine looks like a Wolverine right
Wolverine. Yeah, not gonna lie, I think mine does too. Yeah, so ages 5 and 6, they're learning
the proper
biological
words.
Yeah, which I think they should, 100%.
Yeah. Thank you for that.
100.
Right. So, what else we got? Every week I get not excited. I get, oh, God. My period takes my vocabulary.
Yeah.
So what I was trying to say was every week I'm surprised that we get to the end.
I mean, how long has that been?
Canny.
I'm sweating. I'm sitting here sweating. So I feel like we've been here a long time.
So, yeah, I think that's the end. Thank you very much.
So, yeah, guys, thanks for listening. I was at a christening yesterday and someone pulled me saying that they listen every week and they absolutely love it.
God bless you.
She said that she finishes her full cup of tea.
Psycho.
And never all of her pop.
You know what,
Same
though?
as me.
I think if I was there, she'd just say the opposite to me.
No, disagree. So yeah, guys, if you could please share, like, subscribe, leave a review. Just get involved a bit, you know, it helps us out.
Certainly does.
Thanks ever so much for listening.
Thank you. We'll see you soon.
Goodbye. This episode of Mama Social, the podcast, was filmed and produced by Flamingo Heights Podcast Studio.
Lauren, I'll see you soon.
See you soon.
I don't like
Why
you
you saying Lauren? Just say see you soon.
Steve.
Because we're talking to our listeners.
Oh.
See you soon.